From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Friday morning. Right now you're taking a look at First Alert Radar, where we are tracking some very light snow showers in the lower Yakima Valley. Now, we've been tracking our sky cams from both Yakima, but more specifically in Toppenish, not seeing anything from our vantage point. So if you personally are seeing some snowflakes making it down to the valley floor, send us an email, send us a picture to weather@applevalleynewsnow.com. On to temperatures now. Yeah, it's cold. It's not as cold as some of the other mornings that we've had for this week, but still teens and 20s up in the mountains, 20s and 30s for the valleys. It looks like we're mostly in the 30s, 20s and 30s for the basin, 20s for the foothills, and teens and 20s up in the blues. So all of us need to bundle up, all of us need layers, and probably a good amount of us going to need the ice scraper for this morning as well. Visibility good for lower elevations. Looks like it's starting to improve now up in the mountains, but that's something we're also going to be tracking throughout the rest of this morning. Here's the bottom line for the forecast. Cold and dry again for today, even though we'll be tracking very few snow showers, mainly up in the mountains for the rest of the day, but more cold and dry weather Saturday through Wednesday. Maybe our pattern flipping into next week. I'll tell you more about that coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, a bizarre theft where a metal slide is stolen off the property of a local business, and the owner wants it back. We hear why it has sentimental value to him. Plus an update on the Senate bill aiming to increase transparency, accountability, and oversight in Washington jails. And President Trump's executive order seeking to end birthright citizenship has been blocked. We have the details and what's next on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It is Friday, January 24th. We're going to start your top stories off with a crime alert. The Confederated Tribes and bands of the Yakima Nation are urging people to help authorities find a suspect. Back on January 19th, just before 1 p.m., authorities say this person broke into the Yakima Nation Credit Enterprise building in Toppenish, and they say he broke through a window and stole multiple items. He's described as a male with a bandage around his neck, and he was carrying a backpack at the time of the crime. If you know anything about this, call the Yakima Nation Police Department. We're also learning more about the man accused of shooting at a homeowner, then later at a Pasco police officer as he tried to run away from the area. According to court documents, 37-year-old Jose Herrera was demanding the keys to the homeowner's car at gunpoint on the 6700 block of Road 36 Monday. The homeowner did not give up the keys, and that's when the homeowner's dog came running at Herrera. Herrera told police that he was trying to shoot the dog but missed, just missing the homeowner's son and employee who were also on the property. Herrera told detectives he took off running towards the airport, and when the officer began chasing him, he felt he was being harassed and began shooting at the officer. At least one of those bullets hit the officer's patrol car, and police fired back. No one was hurt, and Herrera was later arrested after Tri-City Regional SWAT was brought in. His next court date is set for January 28th. Now to a bizarre theft. A community slide has been stolen from a local business. According to the owner of Queensgate Gardens, Brian Keel, on Tuesday is when he noticed the metal slide on his property was gone. He shared the news on a Facebook post in an attempt to get it back, as it does have sentimental value to him, saying his son Steven built it 3 summers ago when he was in high school and chose to pursue a career in welding because of it.
And so we decided to build a slide, and he watched YouTubes, and we got a welder, and he started teaching himself how to weld, and by the end of the summer he had built the slide. And now today he loved welding so much he's graduated from high school and is in welding school, and hopefully going to make a career out of it.
Many people shared pictures and videos of their little ones enjoying the slide. Now Keel is asking if anyone knows where it is to please return it, no questions asked, and Keel did file a police report, but if you know anything about this, you can call the Richland Police Department. A federal judge in Seattle has temporarily blocked President Trump's executive order seeking to end birthright citizenship. The ruling was made yesterday, which came after 25 minutes of arguments between Washington state attorneys and the Department of Justice. The case was brought on by Washington and 3 other states. Washington's Attorney General Nick Brown sued the Trump administration over the order on Tuesday, along with officials in Oregon, Arizona, and Illinois. It's the first in what's sure to be a long legal fight over the order's constitutionality. Also in Washington, a bill aiming to increase transparency, accountability, and oversight in Washington jails is currently going through the Senate. SB 5005 would create a board in the governor's office which would collect data, investigate complaints, and also promote best practices. Good Morning Northwest's Riley Fitzgerald tells us this bill is important to the relatives of many people who have died while incarcerated in Washington, including the cousin of a man who died in the Yakima County Jail.
My greatest fear is that what happened to my cousin will not be the last unnecessary death by a person in need of help.
Hien Hua was booked into the Yakima County Jail during a mental health crisis in November of 2023. This bill in front of the Senate concerns transparency, public safety, and independent oversight of the city, county, and regional jail system in Washington state.
Senate Bill 5005 is very personal to me because my cousin Hien Hua was killed by guards at the Yakima County Jail. Afterward, the jail and the county coroner tried to cover up Hien's killing with false reports, claiming that Hien's death was due to natural causes and then accidental. Hien had severe mental health issues that led to his incarceration and then were improperly handled by the jail.
There's a $50 million tort claim against Yakima County on behalf of his family, arguing his death was a result of a systematic failure. The bill has been introduced and is being viewed by the Senate Human Services Committee. Another family member who spoke up, a father, spoke about his son who died by suicide in April at Garfield County Jail. He claims his son's mental health crisis went unnoticed and unattended for 3 weeks.
To make things even worse, jail staff then served his dead body 2 separate meals, unaware that he had hung himself. His body was not discovered until 18 hours after death.
The bill is opposed by the Washington Association of Counties, the Washington Association of Prosecuting Attorneys, and the Washington Association of Sheriffs and Police Chiefs.
And again, the goal is to get to a yes and to find a place where we agree. When we're diametrically opposed, it's hard to bring somebody to the other side.
This bill comes back to the Senate for discussion on January 29th at 8 a.m. Reporting for Apple Valley News Now, I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
Thank you, Riley. And it must pass in both the Senate and House before going to the governor for a signature. And we turn now to fire news. West Benton Fire Rescue responded to a basement fire in Prosser yesterday. This happened just before 6 a.m. in the area of Campbell Drive. Crews were called out for a smoke investigation, but when they got there, they found fire in the basement and requested more units. Firefighters made sure that no one was inside. One person was taken to a hospital as a precaution for smoke inhalation, and the cause of the fire is under investigation.
Our home. It's crazy.
Now around 4:15 that same morning, but in Walla Walla, another fire broke out, and crews from Walla Walla Fire Stations 1 and 2 were dispatched to the 900 block of Birch Street. The first unit found a single-family home with smoke and fire visible from the first floor. Firefighters had it under control in less than 20 minutes. Everybody inside the home was able to get out safely before crews arrived, and the estimated value loss is about $150,000. At this time, the cause is under investigation. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we have an announcement on a new Apple Valley News Now app. Stay tuned for what exactly it is. But first, Josh will have your weather forecast in just a few minutes. Keep it right here.
Just in time for Valentine's Day, it's the Apple Valley News Now Love and Bloom Ultimate Collection giveaway, where one winner gets this awesome love collection. Enter each day on the contest page at applevalleynewsnow.com. Thank you to these love-minded sponsors.
What are you up to, Alice?
Well, the nice mechanic asked me to check the pulleys.
Wow, I just realized you can see things we can't. I've always wondered what's in those small windows.
It's marketing.
So that's where they hide out.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including bowling, a ropes course, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
What does Dino no casting call mean?
That seems bad.
I'll get my resume ready.
Okay, y'all, we got 10 orders coming in.
Starting a business is never easy, but starting at 8 months pregnant, that's a different story. I couldn't slow down. We were starting a business from the ground up. People were showing up left and right, and so did our business needs. The Chase e-card made it easy. When you go for something big like this, your kids see that, and they believe they can do the same.
Earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase with the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
Vegas action is closer than you think. The fun is waiting for you at Nob Hill Casino. Come in and pull up a chair at your choice of blackjack, pie gow, heads up hold'em, or high card flush, and play with the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club to take your game to the next level and earn rewards for food, bowling, prizes, and cash. There's always a spot for you at Nob Hill Casino where the locals play.
Get 3.9% APR on a 2024 Cadillac Lyriq. Visit your Yakima and Tri-Cities Cadillac dealer today.
Just in time for Valentine's Day, it's the Apple Valley News Now Love and Bloom Ultimate Collection Giveaway, where one winner gets this awesome love collection. Enter each day on the contest page at applevalleynewsnow.com. Thank you to these love-minded sponsors.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It's another cold morning out there as we're in the 20s in Kittitas County, 29 degrees for Ellensburg, 28 for Cle Elum, 26 degrees for Snoqualmie Pass. And then for the Yakima Valley, 20s and 30s, 30 for Union Gap, 31 in Yakima, 25 for Toppenish. And then for the Lower Columbia Basin, really temperatures around the same clip, 30 for Mesa, 24 for Hanford, 30 for Benton City, 29 for the Tri-Cities. Mostly, in fact, all 20s for the Blue Foothills, also for the Blue Mountains. The coldest temperature on the map for this morning being Ukiah, as we're sitting right at 20 degrees. So a lot of us this morning, well, all of us are definitely going to have to bundle up, but I have a feeling most of us probably going to have to break out the ice scraper as well. Here's your day planner for lower elevations. You can see teens and 20s start off for this morning like we were just talking about, then 30s and 40s for lunchtime and then into the afternoon. Now the saving grace with this forecast, just like many other forecasts this week, there's going to be plenty of sunshine for today, so that'll make it feel a little bit warmer. So for today, mostly seasonal, if not a few degrees below average for this time of the year. But yeah, it's going to be a sunny day. We'll have similar forecasts as we head into this weekend. Really many forecasts like this to start off next week as well, but eventually our pattern possibly flipping. I'll tell you more about that coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. And before we head to break, we have a special announcement to share.
It's the all-new Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app for your phone and tablet. You can customize forecasts, save your favorite cities, see sky cams and traffic cams.
You can also get school closure updates as well as road conditions and radar updates. And if you set up push alerts, you'll get this as soon as the news breaks.
You can download it right now by simply typing Apple Valley News Now Weather, and it's free in the App Store and for Google Play.
And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Spirit Airlines is making changes to their dress code policy. We have what they're not allowing now. That is just ahead.
February is American Heart Month. Join us in Going Red for Women Friday, February 7th at Desert Wind Winery in Prosser for a heart-healthy luncheon with guest speaker, Prosser Memorial Health cardiologist Dr. Karan Bhatti. Tickets are just $50 each and available online now at prosserhealth.foundation or by calling 509-786-6607. Event proceeds benefit the Prosser Memorial Health Foundation.
When uncertainty falls upon your freedom, you need an unwavering champion. We're dedicated to not just tipping the scales in your favor, but also delivering an unwavering and relentless defense. With over 5 decades of experience, we'll fiercely defend your freedom and secure the most favorable outcome. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through March 31st, receive rebates up to $1,300 off, plus a free thermostat on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Experience winter fun at Silver Mountain Resort. Discover some of the best terrain in the region, just 30 minutes east of Coeur d'Alene, right off I-90. Relax in a beautiful condo, just a short stroll from the gondola, dining, exciting water slides, and indoor surfing at the water park. Enjoy a gondola ride to our exhilarating snow tubing and your gateway to snow rider heaven. Create unforgettable family memories at Silver Mountain. Book today at silvermt.com.
Tonight, the 2020 true crime. They were living the high life, but it was all about to come crashing down.
Everybody thought car bombing has to be a mob hit.
Inside a murder mystery as it unravels. The new 2020, tonight on ABC.
Next live, Lucy Liu, plus Omari Hardwick, and
How to Thrive in 25. Oh, I love that name, Gelman.
We wrap up Longevity Week.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now. Operation Best Friend, sponsored by As You Wish Real Estate Services, Christine Connolly, Realtor.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We're continuing to track these very light snow showers in the Yakima Valley, mostly in the lower Yakima Valley. We've been looking very closely at our Toppenish sky cam. Doesn't look like there's any snow there, but if you're seeing something otherwise, send us a picture and email to weather@applevalleynewsnow.com. Also, you could do that through the weather app that we were just promoting. Okay, now let's talk about snow chances for the rest of today, and they're going to end up being pretty low, but we'll step you through it as a little bit later this morning. We could have a few leftover snow showers possible for I-90 and Oregon 204 from 7 to 10 this morning, and for US 12 through 4 p.m. Otherwise, it should be a fairly dry day. So for today, it's going to be another cold one. We'll be up into the 30s and 40s. So seasonal stuff, if not a few degrees below average for this time of the year. Plenty of sunshine. That's going to be the good news. And we'll have winds gusting out of the north upwards of 20 miles per hour for the Cascades and for the Blues. And then for tonight, light winds, clear skies, and more cold overnight lows as we'll be in the upper teens to low 20s. So once again, all of us going to have to protect the outdoor pets, the plants, and the plumbing. Unfortunately, there's no real big warm up in the forecast over the next 7 days. In fact, technically, this looks like the warmest day we're going to have over the next week, as we'll keep it seasonal, if not a few degrees below average for this time of the year. So it's going to be cold, and it's going to be mostly dry up until late next week, where early signals are that our pattern could flip to more of a wet one, a more seasonal pattern. So hopefully that will come to fruition, because it's starting to get to the point where some select microclimates are starting to run a rainfall deficit for the season. The same thing with the snowpack up in the mountains. So all that to say, we need the rain and we need the snow. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Cold with sunshine for Sunday through Wednesday, and clouds build up for Thursday. In Yakima, brisk and dry for Sunday through Wednesday, and small rain chances return for Thursday. In Ellensburg, sunny, cold, and dry through midweek next week, but tracking the chance for a wintry mix late in the week. Then for Hermiston, cold and bright through Wednesday, then clouds become a bit more prevalent by Thursday. Then for Walla Walla, sunny and chilly for the weekend and much of next week, then small rain chances return for the end of the week.
Thank you, Josh. In consumer news this morning, there's a new twist in the fight over airline fees, which have soared to new heights. Members of Congress are now demanding an explanation from two budget airlines. ABC's Andrea Fujii has a story.
This morning, as analysts warn about airfares rising in the coming months by an average of nearly 20%, a bipartisan group of senators is demanding to know if airlines are charging you more for a ticket depending on your zip code. The senators writing a letter to the CEOs of budget carriers Spirit and Frontier Airlines, asking them to explain their apparent practice of using customers' personal information to charge different seat fees to passengers on the same flight. Adding, your lack of transparency raises concerns that your airlines use customers' personal information to manipulate seat pricing. The letter follows a contentious hearing on Capitol Hill last month.
They feel, with more than understandable justification, that they are piggy banks to be shaken down by these skyrocketing fees.
You just say, you want to pick a seat, we're just going to charge you some random amount more.
Executives rebutting those claims.
Optional services, by definition, are not so-called junk fees, as optional services are not required to travel.
Meanwhile, Spirit Airlines is addressing a different issue, what passengers can and cannot wear on a flight. Spirit is officially banning what it calls lewd and offensive clothing and body art, including see-through clothing, exposed breasts, buttocks, or other private parts.
And the senators want Spirit and Frontier to end the practice of collecting personal information before showing the fees. And they've asked the companies to respond to their letter by February 25th. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, the Academy Award nominations have finally been released. And this comes after delays caused by the California wildfires. Josh and I will go over the nominees after the break.
Happy 2025. Make it a good year. If you've been injured and went through the holidays and didn't get a fair settlement, give us a call. We'll tell you what to bring in, and it's a free consultation.
If you've been injured in an accident, find out what your rights are.
Kittitas Valley Healthcare is your trusted home for health, offering expert orthopedic care for your family. With over 55 years of combined experience, our team uses state-of-the-art equipment to improve surgical outcomes and provide compassionate, patient-centered care. We're committed to making your experience comfortable and efficient, so you can stay active and healthy. Learn more and schedule a consultation through our website at kvhealthcare.org. Your home for health.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
For over 49 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today at our brand new location on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
After a long day, there's nothing like coming home to what matters most.
I think your mom was home.
With 3 generations under one roof, our home is a place where traditions are passed down. It's the simple moments that hold us together, reminding us that the best parts of life are shared, where every moment becomes a memory. With the help of Hapo Mortgage, we're home.
When you need legal help for your injuries, you don't need hassles. You need someone who knows his way around the courtroom. If you've been injured and want to know what your rights are, call 735-0546. Call now. They're waiting to help you.
Hello there. Watch live with Kelly and Mark.
Weekday mornings at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In entertainment news, Kendrick Lamar is headlining the Super Bowl 59 halftime show, and he's added a special guest.
Yesterday, Lamar announced that singer and songwriter SZA will join him on stage. It comes after news last month that the two would be going on tour together in April.
And the Super Bowl will air from the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans on Sunday, February 9th. Now, a decades-old Tina Turner song thought to be lost has been rediscovered. The song Hot For You Baby was originally recorded for Turner's hit 1980s album Private Dancer.
It was played for the first time Thursday when it was featured on BBC Radio. Hot For You Baby was written by Australian musicians George Young and Harry Vanda and recorded at Capitol Studios in Hollywood.
It's unclear how the song became lost. The song will be included in a special Private Dancer anniversary album that's slated for release in March.
Turner died in May 2023 at the age of 83 at her home in Switzerland.
And nominations for the 97th Academy Awards are finally out, and this comes after delays from the LA wildfires.
Bowen Yang and Rachel Sennott revealed the nominees for the film industry's top prize.
And it was a big morning for Amelia Perez, which leads with 13 nominations.
The Brutalist and the movie musical, which is Jessica's favorite,
yes,
Wicked,
it is,
have 10 nominations, both of them.
And the Oscars are scheduled to air on ABC on March 2nd. Conan O'Brien is set to host the ceremony.
Another major award show, the Grammys, announced it would proceed as planned February 2nd. Officials said the show is being revised to put a focus on wildfire first responders and the relief effort.
And I have not seen Amelia Perez, but it boggles my mind that it gets more nominations than Wicked, because I've seen a clip where they show like a side-by-side of the music from Wicked and then from Amelia Perez, and it's just not a comparison for me, but I don't know. I might be missing something, so I've got to check it out.
Different strokes for different folks, as they say.
Exactly, and I still have to tape your eyes and make you watch all these movies.
Yeah.
And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6:30, the Yakima RV Show is in town, and the space that it's held in has made major upgrades, and more upgrades are still on the way. We have those details coming up.
Plus, I'll have your 3-degree guarantee results. Here's a hint, someone's winning some money.
Ooh.
Find out who and how much. That's going to be coming up.
Just in time for Valentine's Day, it's the Apple Valley News Now Love and Bloom Ultimate Collection Giveaway, where one winner gets this awesome love collection. Enter each day on the contest page at applevalleynewsnow.com. Thank you to these love-minded sponsors.
Kick off the new year with a great deal from Overturf Kia. Check out the sporty, fuel-efficient, and fun-to-drive Kia K4. A new 2025 Kia K4 LXS starts at just $23,459. Plus, get 3.99% interest for 60 months. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge on Columbia Drive in Kennewick.
This winter, escape to the mountains of Leavenworth with Beaver Valley Lodge, where fresh snow blankets the world and adventure is just outside your door. From skiing Plain Valley ski trails to peaceful snowshoe trails, the choices are endless. After a day in the snow, return to Beaver Valley Lodge to warm up by the fire, sip hot cocoa, and let your worries melt away. Book your winter getaway today at Beaver Valley Lodge, where you come as a guest and leave as a friend.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, West Richland, Hermiston, Road 68 in Pasco, and at the new location on West Court Street in Pasco. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. at all 6 locations. Get the lowest prices on the largest selection of vape mods, classic to tropical vape flavors, batteries, cigars, tobacco products, kratom, and specialty products too. Don't waste time in other places. Go to Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
My name is Lauren Martin. I started to work out at Hanford in 1982, and for 20 years I worked with the fleet, repairing cranes, locomotives, cars, ambulances, fire trucks, everything. After 20 years, then I came down with a disease. There are some very, very expensive drugs, and my copay on that is $0. All I have to do is pick up the phone and it's there.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not, and just kind of let them know what those next steps are, the timeline of how long it could take for them to get approved.
Next, E.T. Day 4 of ASAP Rocky's gun assault trial. We're at the Courthouse Plus.
Hey, Dwayne.
After that viral reunion, what's next for the Fast X sequel? Next, E.T.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
A midday hockey showdown on MeTV. Kraken Penguins, Saturday at 12:30. This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, Josh, somebody won some money, which means you lost.
I lost, yeah. Someone wins, I lose. That's kind of...
You lose.
That's the deal that we've made, yeah. So this is our 3-degree guarantee contest, sponsored by our friends of the Legends Casino and Hotel. And I went with forecast high of 38 degrees yesterday in Pasco, and the actual high verified at 43 degrees outside of the 3-degree threshold. So that means that Lydia Otero wins the $75 jackpot. So congratulations to Lydia. And for today, well, the current jackpot now sitting at $0. So I'm going with a forecast high 42 in Pasco. If the actual high verifies between 39 to 45, that means the jackpot's going to go up to 25 bucks. If my forecast goes bust, too bad, so sad. No one's winning anything because the jackpot is at $0. Okay, this morning we're tracking some very light snow showers in the Yakima Valley. Thus far, when we've been looking at the top of the sky cam, it doesn't look like any of this is actually making it down to the valley floor. But if you're seeing otherwise, send us a picture, send us an email, let us know what you're seeing, and send that to weather@applevalleynewsnow.com. On to temperatures now. No shock here. It's cold. 20s and 30s across the map. So all of us probably going to need to break out the ice scraper, and you'll probably need layers, multiple layers, as you're headed out the front door. Visibility looking good now, not just for lower elevations, but also it looks like it's completely rebounded for Snoqualmie Pass. We're seeing a perfect 10 out of 10 statute miles there. Here's your coatcast for today for the Tri-Cities. Just like it's been all week, I'm personally going with a heavy jacket all throughout the day as it is going to be chilly, but the saving grace once again to our forecast is that it's going to be sunny. So at the peak of daytime heating in the sunshine, if you're exerting a lot of force outside, maybe it would be light jacket weather, but I'll take you on that zone by zone tour of this Friday forecast, and that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Starting off this half hour, continuing coverage on the case of Brian Koberger, the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students. He returned to court yesterday. Now, this is his first court appearance of the year, set in a Boise, Idaho courtroom. And as part of a 2-day hearing regarding DNA evidence, the judge hearing arguments on investigative genetic genealogy potentially being admitted at trial. Koberger hasn't appeared in court since November 7th, and his trial is still scheduled for August of this year. Vanessa Waldriff will no longer serve as the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Washington by the end of next week. This is a presidential appointed position with a 4-year term. Waldriff says her proudest accomplishments are establishing the Richland branch office for law enforcement efforts and ramping up efforts in addressing the crisis of missing and murdered Indigenous people. Not to mention teaming up with local law enforcement for a large-scale drug cartel takedown, which resulted in 40 arrests.
So that's a type of model that I think is a great way for our office to really partner with wonderful local law enforcement resources for the strongest public safety results for the community.
She says she's also proud of her efforts in fighting domestic violence at the local level, and she plans on spending more time with her children and exploring new ways in serving Eastern Washington. Looking at community events in Yakima, the National RV
wants
Show
to make better use of its underutilized RV park, especially outside of fair season, and that means expanding their offerings.
In Yakima County, we got to think outside of the box. We got to attract things that bring additional economic input, and this is one strategy that we're deploying.
The county already investing $2 million in economic development funding to help with phase 1 of renovating the underutilized RV park at the fairgrounds.
We completed the renovation just in time for fair last year, and that now has 168 RV spots. Why we're excited about that is we were able to add 50 amp power and water and sewer just about to every one of those spots.
The goal to make use of the space outside of fair season and attract large RV rallies and conventions. The Fairgrounds currently hosting the National RV Show in the Sun Dome.
The RV show this year is really special. We have some great stuff from the banks, low rates, 120 a day, so your first payment, a lot of good stuff like that. And then we got giving away a free Blackstone or Yeti with every purchase. And we have over 100 RVs inside and out, most of them inside where it's nice and warm and you can look at everything.
The county now contracting with HLA Engineering and Land Surveying to design Phase 2, expanding the RV park into the adjacent field and upping capacity to almost 300 spaces.
It's going to be a new revenue stream for the fairgrounds, but it's also going to bring brand new economic impact to our community. So these folks coming from all over the country in their RVs to come and take, advantage of all of our wineries and breweries and all of our outdoor activities are going to be spending money in our community. So we're very excited about this project.
The National RV Show has free parking and admission, and it's open every day from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. through Monday. Reporting from the Yakima Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Emily. And something else you can check out this weekend is the 35th annual Tri-City Sportsman Show. It's taking place at the Hapo Center in Pasco. Now, the event starts today and goes through Sunday. Adult entrance fees will be $12, children is $7, and children under 6 are free. There will be over 50 booths, and we spoke to one of the vendor booths who says he first started attending in 2017, and he has yet to miss a year.
We come over from Africa every year. We do Pasco Tri-City Show just to promote our business. We are a safari company. We offer tours, sightseeing tours, big game hunting, plains game hunting, fishing, offshore fishing, freshwater fishing. So we come over every year to market and we do a trip throughout the United States.
Me, it's very exciting, especially doing it with my dad, which is very special.
Also, there will be a chance for you to see a live tiger at the event. If that sounds like fun to you, again, it starts today at the Hapo Center. And coming up next, more fires have sprouted in California. We have how many, where, and what the containment levels are at after the break. Stay with us.
Stacy Lee, KEPKView First Alert Weather. Watch weeknights.
This is my perfect day in World War.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
Kick off the new year with a great deal from Overturf Volkswagen. Save $5,000 off every new 2024 Volkswagen Atlas and Atlas Crossport on the lot. Or get 1.9% interest for up to 60 months. Shop online anytime at overturfvw.com. Overturf Volkswagen at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
Okay, y'all, we got 10 orders coming in.
Starting a business is never easy, but starting at 8 months pregnant, that's a different story. I couldn't slow down. We were starting a business from the ground up. People were showing up left and right, and so did our business needs. The Chase e-card made it easy. When you go for something big like this, your kids see that, and they believe they can do the same.
Earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase with the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
This is my perfect day in World War.
It's a winter wonderland.
Normally we have quite a lot more natural snow by now.
And this year mostly man-made.
This season we've had to make enough snow to cover the entire run.
Schweitzer Resort on Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Next live, Lucy Liu, plus Omari Hardwick, and
How to Thrive in 25. Oh, I love that name, Gelman.
we wrap up Longevity Week.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Here's your ski report brought to you by Schweitzer Village. We're going to start off at Schweitzer as the base depth here, 60 inches. No new snow for any of these ski resorts. We haven't seen any new snow over the past 24 hours. I think that's pretty obvious. Ski Bluewood, base depth at 50 inches, and then we're splitting the difference between White Pass. For White Pass, we're splitting the difference between Schweitzer and Ski Bluewood as we're smack dab in the middle at 55 inches. These numbers much lower as opposed to what we saw just a few weeks back, which really underscores how much snow we haven't had over the past few weeks. Okay, here's your zone by zone forecast for today for Kittitas County. We're going to see highs getting up into the 30s and 40s. Plenty of sunshine, especially down into the valley, and the winds gusting out of the north and east upwards of 20 miles per hour, specifically for Blewett Pass off of US 97. Then in the Yakima Valley, mostly sunny skies, high temperatures into the low 40s, light winds here. Then for the lower Columbia Basin, highs near 40 degrees, also light winds, plenty of sunshine. Then for the Blue Foothills, temperatures getting up into the 30s, mid to upper 30s, and it's going to be more like 20s and 30s. In the Blues, we'll also see winds gusting more out of the north and west, upwards of 20 miles per hour, specifically for Tollgate off of Oregon 204. We have more forecasts like this as we head into this weekend, but into next week, the pattern perhaps flipping. So I'll tell you what that could be all about, and that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. We turn now to an update on the LA County wildfires. The Hughes fire has burned through more than 10,000 acres since it began less than 48 hours ago. As of Thursday evening, it was 36% contained, and that's according to CAL FIRE. Also, more than 14,000 structures are threatened. Over 16,000 residents were under evacuation orders yesterday, while over 38,000 were under evacuation warnings from the Hughes fire. And 2 new fires were reported in San Diego County. That's the Gilman and Border 2 fires, the latter of which is spreading near the U.S.-Mexico border at a moderate rate, also according to CAL FIRE. The Border 2 fire doubled in acreage last night, spreading across 300 to 600 acres in about an hour. There are currently no threats to civilians, though CAL FIRE declared that it's a threat to critical communication infrastructure. Also, California Governor Gavin Newsom signed legislation yesterday directing $2.5 billion in aid for the LA area. Coming up next, sellers on eBay are selling phones for thousands of dollars. But why is the price so high? Well, these phones have the app TikTok installed. We have more on this story and more of your top stories coming up in your morning sprint. But first, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth will have your full weather forecast.
Discover cutting-edge wellness at Augment Wellness today. From cold plunges, infrared saunas, compression therapy, hyperbaric chamber, and our state-of-the-art red light booth. And join us for our grand opening celebration, February 14th in Kennewick.
I'm a real wild one. Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a 24 Bronco Sport 4x4 Wild Edition for just $299 a month for 36 months, only at your local Ford dealer.
Just in time for Valentine's Day, it's the Apple Valley News Now Love and Bloom Ultimate Collection Giveaway, where one winner gets this awesome love collection. Enter each day on the contest page at applevalleynewsnow.com. Thank you to these love-minded sponsors.
Kittitas Valley Healthcare is your trusted home for health, offering expert orthopedic care for your family. With over 55 years of combined experience, our team uses state-of-the-art equipment to improve surgical outcomes and provide compassionate, patient-centered care. We're committed to making your experience comfortable and efficient, so you can stay active and healthy. Learn more and schedule a consultation through our website at kvhealthcare.org. Your home for health.
Find your next way to escape. Go where the adventure awaits you, in the heart of Washington State. Kittitas County is a land of 1,000 journeys. No matter what your heart desires, you can find it waiting for you in the outdoors of Central Washington. See all that you can see, and more will be just around the corner. Whether you're in Central Washington for one of our area's many local events, an historical expedition, a shopping spree, to enjoy a weekend of wine tasting, or just for a night's rest on your way to another destination, there are great Central Washington stays standing by to welcome you. And all that adventuring is bound to leave you hungry. Not a problem in Central Washington. From mom and pop cafes to historic buildings turned into fine dining establishments, we've got you covered. Whether you're dining downtown or enjoying a picturesque river view, you'll find something for everyone in the crew. To begin your experience, visit centralwashingtonoutdoor.com. It's all just around the corner in Central Washington.
Kick off the new year with a great deal from Overturf Kia. The new 2025 Kia Sportage gives you 3 great ways to save fuel. Available with a fuel-efficient gas engine, a gas-electric hybrid, or as a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. A new 2025 Kia Sportage LX Hybrid with all-wheel drive starts at just $32,335. Plus, get 5.99% interest for 72 months. Overturf Kia in Kennewick.
Hello there. Watch live with Kelly and Mark.
Weekday mornings at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We continue to track these very light snow showers, mostly in the lower Yakima Valley. If you're seeing any flurries in your neck of the woods, definitely send us an email or send us a picture to weather@applevalleyNewsNow.com. Also, some very light snow showers down in the southern blues of Umatilla and Union counties. Let's go ahead and step you through precip chances for the rest of today, as we could have a few leftover snow showers for Interstate 90 and Oregon 204 from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. and for U.S. Highway 12 off White Pass through 4 p.m. But otherwise, it should be a fairly dry day. So for today, we're going to be mostly seasonal, if not a few degrees below average for this time of the year, with 30s and 40s. Lots of sunshine, especially for lower elevations, and it will be a little bit breezier for higher elevations, with winds gusting out of the north upwards of 20 miles per hour. And then for tonight, overnight lows falling down into the upper teens to low 20s, clear skies. Once again, all of us going to have to protect the outdoor pets, the plants, and the plumbing. Unfortunately, it looks like today is probably going to be the warmest day over the next 7 days, as we'll continue to keep it seasonal, if not a few degrees below average for this time of the year. So it's going to be a cold forecast. Also, it'll continue to be a mostly dry forecast up until the end of next week. Small rain chances, small rain and snow chances into Thursday, and early signals are that we could trend much wetter as we head into next weekend and also for the week after that. So we'll see if that trend holds true, but it's starting to get to the point where select microclimates within our viewing area are starting to run seasonal rainfall deficits. So we need the rainfall, and the mountain snowpack isn't looking nearly as good as it did just a few weeks ago. So we need the rainfall and we need the snowfall. Here is 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Cold with sunshine for Sunday through Wednesday. Clouds build up for Thursday. In Yakima, brisk and dry for Sunday through Wednesday. Small rain chances return for Thursday. In Ellensburg, sunny, cold, and dry through midweek next week, but tracking the chance for a wintry mix late in the week. For Hermiston, cold and bright through Wednesday, then clouds become a bit more prevalent by Thursday. And then for Walla Walla, sunny and chilly for the weekend and much of next week. Then small rain chances return for the end of the week. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, accused Idaho College murder suspect Brian Kohberger back in court in a bid to get critical DNA evidence against him dismissed. Lead defense attorney Ann Taylor arguing yesterday authorities initially relied on information from the surviving roommate who told police she had been drinking too much and had memory problems. She also says one of the victims came down the stairs during the time of the attack.
They know that fact is wrong.
The defense arguing that information was not provided to the judge at the time, laying the groundwork to question the beginning of the investigation and collection of evidence that led prosecutors to zero in on Kohberger, but prosecutors pushing back.
And there is nothing obtained that was obtained in violation of any of the defendant's constitutional rights.
Coming up at 7 a.m., we'll tell you what's next in this high-profile case. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Touch can mean so many things, even for people with moderate to severe eczema. Touch can make two feel like one, or simply be a helping hand. Dupixent can help you stay ahead of eczema as you welcome the feeling of touch. Dupixent helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin. And fast itch relief after the first dose. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain, vision changes, or blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma or other medicines without talking to your doctor. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, helps you feel the heal. See the difference for yourself. Reach out to your eczema specialist today.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is now 6:49. It's time for your morning sprint. We're going to start off in your national headlines. A federal judge in Seattle is temporarily blocking President Trump's executive order seeking to end birthright citizenship. The case was brought by 4 states, including Washington, and it's the first in what is sure to be a long legal fight. The ruling comes after 25 minutes of arguments between state attorneys and the Department of Justice. And President Trump signed another executive order declassifying the remaining files related to the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It states the King and Kennedy families, as well as the American people, deserve the truth. National security advisors will need to present a plan on the complete release of documents related to the JFK assassination within 15 days. And the timeline is 45 days for the RFK and MLK files. In business news, United Healthcare has named its new CEO following the murder of Brian Thompson back in December. Tim Knoll is moving up from heading the company's Medicare and Retirement division. Meanwhile, the suspect in the murder, Luigi Mangione, is facing murder and terror charges. He has pleaded not guilty, and his next court date is in a month. And eBay sellers have a new hot commodity, phones with TikTok installed. TikTok was removed from app stores on Saturday because of the federal ban. President Trump signed an executive order delaying the ban for 75 days. And while the app is still available to people who already have it downloaded, it remains missing from app stores. Thousands of eBay sellers are taking advantage of that, and listings range from hundreds to thousands of dollars. And thousands of space heaters sold on Amazon have been recalled due to a risk of fire and electric shock. It's for about 8,000 Vornado brand VH2 whole room heaters with date codes of July or August 2024. These sold for about $90 on Amazon between August and October 2024, and the CPSC says the device's power cord can partially detach from the heater, so you should stop using the heaters and contact the company for a free replacement. Spirit Airlines is making some changes to its passengers' dress code policy. Upon making a reservation, guests agree to a contract of carriage, and it has been updated. Certain clothing and tattoos will no longer be allowed on board, and the examples cited are see-through clothing and exposed private parts. Also, no lewd, obscene, or offensive clothing or body art. And if you do not comply, you may be denied boarding or removed from flights. And this policy comes after 2 women were kicked off a Spirit flight for wearing crop tops. And President Trump has pardoned anti-abortion activists who were convicted of blocking access to and temporarily shutting down clinics. The activists who received pardons were convicted of a 1994 law designed to protect abortion clinics from threats and disruption. Today, Trump is set to address the annual March for Life in a pre-taped video. In sports news, the Washington Capitals beat the Seattle Kraken 3-0 last night for their 6th straight victory. Next up for the Kraken, they take on the Pittsburgh Penguins tomorrow at Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle. And now we go to your top 5 local stories that you need to know this morning. First up, the Yakima Nation Tribal Police Department needs your help finding a suspect. Officials say this person broke into the Yakima Nation Credit Enterprise building in Toppenish and stole several items. This happened on January 19th, just before 1 p.m. He's described as a male with a bandage around his neck, and he was seen carrying a backpack. And that was at the time of the crime, and if you know anything about this, call police. And a community slide has been stolen from a local business, and the owner wants it back. Brian Keel, the owner of Queensgate Gardens, says he noticed on Tuesday that his metal slide was gone. He says it has sentimental value to him because his son built it and chose a career in welding because of it. He urges whoever has it to please return it, no questions asked. And if you know anything about this, you can contact Richland PD. Brian Koberger, the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students, returned to court yesterday, and he will appear again later today. It's a 2-day hearing regarding DNA evidence, specifically about potential investigative genetic genealogy. His trial is still scheduled for August 2025. And this weekend, State Fair Park is hosting the National RV Show. Renovations were made to the RV park as it now has 168 spaces with access to 50 amp power, water, and a sewer system. The renovations are to target the RV market and bring new visitors as well as revenue to the Yakima Valley. And the RV Show is open from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. today through Monday, and parking and admission is free. Also this weekend is the 35th annual Tri-City Sportsman Show at the Hapo Center in Pasco. This starts today and goes through Sunday. Adult entrance fees will be $12, children $7, and children under 6 are free. There will be over 50 booths, and there is a chance that you can see a live tiger at the event. And Apple Valley News now has a brand new weather app. You can customize forecasts, save favorite cities, see sky cams and traffic cams, also get school closures, road conditions, and radar updates. And don't forget to set up push alerts to get updates instantly. To download it, simply type Apple Valley News Now Weather, and it is free in the App Store. And trending this morning, world travel is back. I didn't know it left.
Yeah, me neither. But according to the United Nations World Tourism Organization, 1.4 billion with a B people took international trips just last year.
The number is about the same as 2019, which was the last full year of travel before COVID. Oh, that's why it's back.
Yes, of course. Well, each traveler spent on average $1,000. That's contributing to the $1.9 trillion spent on international tourism. So that was trillion with a T.
Ooh, and the most popular destination, can you take a guess, Josh?
Well, you scroll down the teleprompter a little bit, so it's Europe, yeah.
But specifically, France.
Yes, okay. And it's not surprising considering the nation hosted the Olympic Games and Notre Dame reopened to visitors. Spain was the 2nd most popular tourist destination.
Okay, rapid fire. If money was not an object, where would you go internationally?
I would go to Australia because I was supposed to go on a trip to Australia when I was in 6th grade, and it ended up kind of falling through.
Oh, no. Okay, so we need to relive those sixth grade?
Take it down.
Yeah. I think I would do Switzerland. Yeah. It's so expensive to go there, yeah. St. Moritz specifically. It just looks like a town in one of my favorite books, so that's why.
Yeah, and it's always neutral, so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it looks cold over there, which it's cold outside here too.
Yes, it is. And speaking of that, we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at temperatures in just a second. But maybe if you're waking up this morning in the lower Yakima Valley, potentially you're seeing some light snowfall. This is all very light stuff, and we're not expecting any significant accumulations. Temperatures, onto the cold temperatures that Jessica was talking about. Yep, teens and 20s for the Cascades, 20s and 30s for the valleys, 20s and 30s for the basin, 20s for the foothills, teens and 20s for the blues. Visibility starting to get a little bit worse now for Snoqualmie Pass, so just another good reason to take it slow there on I-90, but visibility pretty good for lower elevations. A little bit later today, we'll be up into the 30s and 40s. Plenty of sunshine. We'll have more forecasts like this into Saturday and Sunday and Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. Maybe the pattern flipping and becoming a little bit more active by the end of next week.
And don't forget to download our new weather app so you can get all of that in the palm of your hand.
Yes.
Thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find updates on our website.
Good Morning America is up next, and we'll be back with your local news and weather tonight at 5. So have a great day.
Weekend.